Hey guys, Jeffrey here with another Freestyle Friday video. As you probably have noticed, I totally dropped the ball last week and did not release a Freestyle Friday video. There are a few different reasons for that, but basically, I did genuinely try to make a video. I spent 3 or 4 hours fumbling and stuttering and getting really upset with myself, and I just could not nail it. So I decided that I would wait a week and try to reapproach the topic. So a couple of weeks ago, I talked to you guys about my insecurities, my perceptions of inadequacy, and I thought that it would be nice to create a sort of antidote video to that video. I wanted to talk about things that I actually appreciate about myself and also invite you guys to do the same. So please talk about the things you like about me. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I want you to tell me something that you genuinely love about yourself. Right down there in the comments. Go for it. Without further ado, I am just going to jump right into the superficial things that I like about myself. The things that aren't going to really stand the test of time, but things that do give me a little bit of solace here in the moment. So, first of all, I really like my hair. I think I've got a pretty good head of hair, a lot of volume to it. I'm fairly certain that I'm not going to be balding, which is a plus. There's sort of a trade off. Like, I'm pretty sure that men who can grow really glorious beards are more inclined to go bald. And, although I do want a beard, I guess I'm happy enough to have a nice head of hair. And I'm sort of doomed, maybe, to become a silver fox. I don't know if you guys can tell. I don't know if the sunlight is catching it just right, but yeah, I've been getting more and more silvers with time, and I think that I'll probably wear them gracefully. I kind of want to tell you guys about this one time that I included in a dating profile, Silver Fox in the Making, and this one girl totally jacked my entire shtick. So, for context, it's like, hi, I'm Jeffrey. I'm an ENTP, Silver Fox in the Making, some other quirky, clever, adorable thing. And I had a few messages that I exchanged with a girl. It didn't really work out. There wasn't a lot of chemistry, so to speak. But when I engaged in a little forlorn reminiscing about what could have been, I went back to her profile and she completely took my format. It was like, INFJ, MILF in training, sexy librarian. Another really superficial thing that I appreciate about myself physically is that I have pretty cool eyes. I think that they're a good color. I'm gonna lean in here and try to show them off. Hopefully they don't look a little too wonky, hopefully. But yeah, those are always a really big selling point when it comes to romantic entanglement, and against my better judgment, I worry about that. But let's get to the stuff that you can really sink your teeth into. First of all, I am highly appreciative of the fact that I'm fairly non-judgmental. That's not to say that I don't have very categorical judgments about certain things, but I'm very good at giving another person space, and I like to think that I'm very good at recognizing exactly how much I can push without causing them to further ingrain themselves in their worldview. I'm definitely somebody who cares a lot about building bridges, so there's a little bit of fluidity that's involved in that, a little bit of flexibility. I often feel really disheartened by the state of human discourse, and I think that the ways that we talk to each other, the ways that we listen to each other, at least right now, are not coming from a place of compassion and only serve to either bolster fragile egos or unintentionally reinforce the current state of affairs. I'm also a lifelong learner, and I think that that is pretty lit. I've always been a really voracious reader. I like gobbling up new concepts, new visions for how the world could be. I like to extend myself in many different directions, and I think that that's actually a big plus as somebody who's more philosophically oriented. Like, I feel like the best sorts of philosophies kind of emerge out of this interdisciplinary approach. I also just feel honored that my friends think that they can come to me for different book recommendations, and it doesn't really matter what they're asking for. Usually I'll have something that's adjacent to a topic that they're interested in. And so, ultimately I end up being a jack of all trades, but there's definitely benefit to that. And again, we're getting back to that fluidity, the flexibility, the mask wearing. And this is not some like kinky swinger party or whatever. I'm also really proud of myself for having a commitment to creativity. A lot of people that I went to school with who were studying creative writing, they are not currently making any new work. They kind of let that die once they graduated. Whereas for me, it's never really mattered. I mean, obviously, I care if I have success as a writer, but at the end of the day, it's something that I'm still going to do even if I never make any headway with it because I can just feel it's a calling. And I really hesitate to use words like that, but I can't really think of any other way to describe it. It's the ultimate hobby for me, the ultimate vocation for me. It calls upon everything that I'm interested in, my my desire to take a bird's eye view and appreciate as much of reality as possible, my desire to tell stories and encourage other people to reflect and cultivate a sense of empathy. As a writer, I've had to deal with a lot of failure, and I really don't mind because every so often I will taste some morsel of validation, and that's enough to keep me going. And I feel a lot of confidence that if I just keep at it, those morsels are going to become more and more frequent. I also really appreciate that I am committed to balance and integration. So I'm really drawn to this Jungian depth psychology idea that you have this really narrowly focused ego, and that ego obviously serves a purpose in allowing you to build something on a foundation. But in developing that ego as a human being, you thereby neglect other energies, other perspectives, and so my interest in typology has always been what are the things that I'm bad at? I kind of already have a good sense of what I'm good at, but I want to integrate the opposites as much as possible. And I think this is something that gives people some trouble when it comes to typing me because they see me say things that have sort of a hippie NF kind of flavor, and that's just because that's something that I am actually actively cultivating. It's not necessarily easy for me. I kind of cringe a little bit when I do it, but I think that there is, in fact, a validity to that perspective and to all of those functional perspectives. So I like that about myself. I want to be the avatar, master of all elements that I can then employ situationally as it makes sense. Okay, and now I'm going to end on a weird one. I actually think of myself as somebody who embodies a lot of paternal slash maternal energy, which is really funny because I saw a meme not too long ago that was describing all of the different MBTI types as moms. And I think that the ENTP was called the dad mom. So, regardless of however you want to describe it, I have a parental sort of energy. But yeah, I just really love kids and I love interacting with them. I like having an opportunity to exercise a little bit more openness and a little more patience than I might otherwise do. It's not hard for me at all. Like, I have a lot of love to give. I like giving somebody a space to express themselves, to explore the world, um, to to investigate, interrogate, whatever verb they want to do to reality, to tease it apart and make sense of it. I'm there for it. I'm probably going to learn something from the process as well. And I can definitely understand why some people don't want children. Like, I'm very sympathetic to that line of thinking. For me, I really would like to feel like I'm participating in some greater chain of existence. And I don't know, if I didn't want to have kids, it would feel more reflective about pessimism towards the world in general and towards this project that is humanity. But the fact that I want to be a parent is really heartening to me because I do tend to be a little more pessimistic and depressive in my outlook. But I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, I think that there's a good chance that we can make it out alive, and that we should. And this kind of went off the rails a little bit. It went in a weird direction, but I thank you guys for tuning in as always. I think I'm going to cut it off there. So please like the video to let me know that you like content like this. Please leave a comment and let me know things that you really appreciate about yourself. I think that it would be great to see what sorts of things people have come to appreciate about themselves. So thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time.